In this tutorial, we will be talking about the types of data. In the previous tutorials where we have handled the types of data, we have come across two types, the quantitative, in other words, numerical, and the qualitative, which are in other words, the categorical data. So what's going to happen in this exercise is we have lots of data, different sets of data, where we will have to categorize them depending on whether they are numerical or categorical. And of course, there were two types of data. We had discrete data and continuous. Discrete data that are limited to whole numbers, and we had continuous numbers that could be put in forms of fractions and decimals. Now for the first type of data, height, we have from 162 to 183.5. Noticing the decimal numbers, this is of course continuous data. And since it's numbers, so we can obviously say that height is continuous numerical data. Again, it is continuous and not discrete because they're not limited to whole numbers, and numerical because we have numbers, they're quantitative. Now moving on to weight, it is the same idea. We have a variation from 55 up until 78. So this is of course numerical data. And taking a look at the numbers, we have decimal numbers that could also be put in forms of fractions. So this would definitely be similar to the height, and that is continuous numerical data. Moving on to the members of the family, well, the members of the family are presented with numbers, they're presented with quantities, and quantities is quantitative data, it is numerical data. And we cannot have numbers of members of families that are presented in decimals or fractions. So this is called discrete data since they're only limited to whole numbers. So when it comes to the members of the family, it is safe to say that they are discrete numerical data. Again, they're discrete and not continuous since you cannot say that a family has 7.5 members or 3.5 members. There should be whole numbers. So when it comes to the members of the family, we have discrete numerical data. Now moving on to the nationality, we have British, Lebanese, Syrian, Egyptian, and Canadian. Well, when it comes to the members of the family, it was numbers, but when it comes to nationality, it is not numbers. It is qualitative data, categorical data. So for the nationality, we say categorical data. Finally, moving on to the blood group, it is also categorical data since they are represented by blood types and not numbers.